Today I will be doing an analysis on the poem Words Are Birds by Francisco X. Alarcón. So I just wanted to quickly recite the poem. Words are birds, Francisco X. Alarcón. Words are birds that arrive with books in spring. They love clouds, the wind, and trees. Some words are messengers that come from far away, from distant lands. For them, there are no borders, only stars, moon, and sun. Some words are familiar, like canaries. Others are exotic, like the quetzal bird. Some can stand the cold. Others migrate with the sun to the south. Some words die caged. They're difficult to translate. And others build nests, have chicks, warm them, feed them, teach them how to fly, and one day they go away in flocks. The letters on this page are the prints they leave by the sea. I also wanted to share a brief background from the author, Francisco X. Alarcón, sorry. He's an openly gay Chicano poet and educator. He is a Latino. The Latinx and gay identity, now while Mesoamerican history, are really present in his writing. I looked at other of his works, and that is certainly there. Mesoamerican history is present in this poem, and I will share why briefly. And his alma maters are Cal State University Long Beach and Stanford University. So he is a local. So I wanted to share a short summary, audience, and the purpose of the poem. So in his poem, Words Are Birds, he employs the use of multiple metaphors to convey the power and beauty he strongly feels words possess. This poem is directed towards citizens of society, those who are bilingual and those who help preserve languages, such as anthropologists and linguists. He wishes to ignite a sense of appreciation and fondness of others, and fondness of words in each and every one of his readers. Unfortunately, I couldn't have like a template that accurately portrayed the structure, but this poem is a free verse, and there are 5 lines and 10 stanzas. He doesn't care to rhyme, so this is why it is free verse. The tone of this poem is extremely vibrant and colorful. In a way, it is lyrical and it is reaching. It tries to be moving, and it certainly ignited a sense of appreciation for words in myself. And metaphors, similes, and allusions contribute to this poem greatly. It is basically what this poem is made of. So I listed 6 metaphors that I thought I could thoroughly explain, properly explain, and I wanted to share some observations through them as well. So the first metaphor is words are birds that arrive with books in spring. Alarcón, in this metaphor, compares words to birds. Words bring us knowledge and new beginnings, like books and spring. Books bring us knowledge, and spring gives us new beginnings. Sunflowers bloom, everything is new. 2, some words are messengers that come from far away, from distant lands. In this metaphor, he refers to the multiple cultures and languages across the world, hence the distant lands. 3, for them, there are no borders, only stars, moon, and sun. The stars, moon, and sun is a reference to, space, and obviously space is infinite. So basically, he refers to the fact that there are multiple languages, that languages may be infinite. And I also wanted to note that he uses there are no borders. I feel like he does so because he himself is, a Latino man who obviously has witnessed the difficulties that come with being an immigrant, and obviously borders refer to immigration. So, this thing, words are the only thing that, don't make anyone different. It actually brings everyone together. So they are vast, they're infinite, and they unify people. 4, some words are familiar. like canaries. Others are exotic, like the quetzal bird. A lot of people know canaries because they're a common bird, but the quetzal is a bird that's exotic and rare, and many may not know about it. Recently, I read that the bird, which is native to southern Mexico and South America, actually stopped singing when the Spanish arrived to the Americas. Obviously, we cannot prove if this is true or not, but I really like that he references a bird, really appreciated by indigenous cultures and people. So obviously, I mentioned that Latino culture and Mesoamerican history will be present throughout his writings, and it is obviously present here. But these next two metaphors are my personal favorite. And five is some words die caged. They're difficult to translate. I feel like this metaphor personally alludes to the colonization of indigenous people and how after Spanish colonization of the Americas, many indigenous cultures and languages were lost, which is why the word die is present. But I also wanted to mention the fact that they're difficult to translate. Many languages currently are being lost, especially because many of the elders, many indigenous people are passing and this language isn't preserved, especially because many of these people were made fun of growing up and they just didn't pass the language down to future generations. So this is why it is dying. But I also wanted to note that he mentioned some words are caged, and he does this to let us know that many times we do not express the words we feel, like shouting. So we gather our feelings and, we lock them up, we cage them, and we choose not to convey or express our emotions. So in this way, they're caged, and in this way, they also die. And six, in this metaphor, he says, and others build nests, have chicks, warm them, and feed them. So I feel like he makes a reference to a human family, but instead of explicitly saying it's a human family, he uses a bird family. And the preservation of language has been really difficult, especially because of colonization and racism and discrimination. So sometimes it is hard to pass languages down to future generations, to future children. So he's kind of like telling us to not be like that, to be different, and to cultivate this language into future generations. So he wants this language, any language, he's not just saying like Spanish or English, any language to be passed on for generations to families. And he wants languages and words to be cultivated in others. Just like bird families, cultivate homes and build nests and have chicks and they protect them. He wants us to protect our words and languages as well. And that's all for today. Thank you for your time.